Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Podcast Nasodcast. Today we are diving into my series journey. I did not want to carry my laptop today because I didn't want to be like, reading off my laptop and talking to you guys because that does not feel like connection. I need a snack. Hold on. You guys go grab your snack because today I'm going to start talking about my journey of being on Amazon Prime. Okay, wait, pause. Go grab your snack. I don't want to eat alone. Okay, have you gotten your snack? Have you gotten your snack? Okay, wait. First of all, we're gonna do ASMR. I've got onion rings here. Not sponsored. Please sponsor me. Okay, get this, guys. Okay, now we get to the story. Okay, so when I have my laptop with me, I have my notes on it. So I know exactly what to talk about and when to talk about what. But today I just wanted to be very natural. I'm just going to talk about my experiences. And first, we're going to talk about how I got into it. And then we're going to talk about the process. And then we're going to talk about the the journey. Okay, now this is a very interesting part in my opinion. So when I first got into it, how did I get into it? Cuz I I was just a silly, not was, I still am. I am just a silly little girl in my room with my phone making videos. I should have thought this through. I should have thought this video through. Okay, girl, collect yourself. Get back to the train of thought. I'm back. I was just making videos in my room. I was with my family, I was with my siblings, making anything that was relatable, anything that people could relate to. I think it was this email that I got first. It was a casting director from Nepal, and he specifically wrote that, like, oh, we're doing like a web series and they're looking for like a Nepali girl. And then at first I was like, this could be a scam. This could be a scam. So I ignored it. Girl, I ignored it. And then I get the same one also on my Instagram. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe it was Instagram first, then email. I don't remember at all. This was 2023 too. I'm sorry, I have really bad memory. And then when I got it for the second time, I was like, oh, now this could be something. This does not sound like a scam. And then I reached back, and then he writes back to me, and then he says that, like, they had this huge audition at this theater, and it's over. But lucky me, he reached out to the casting directors from outside. He was like, hey, listen up, y'all. I got one more girl. No, he did not say that. But he did, like, kind of imply that, hey, listen, I got one more girl. And that was me. And then they were like, but we're flying tomorrow. So they're flying back tomorrow. I'm here today. They were open to having me audition on their hotel terrace on the day that they were flying back. And I was like, bet. I had like 2 to 3 scenes of scripts to prepare. And on my way there, I was like, mentally, like, but yeah. Then they were like, okay, let's go up to the terrace. Let's do it. Mind you, before I went there, in my head, I was expecting like closed walls and doors and everything. But then when they said terrace, I was like, please, 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 God, this one time, just be with me and let there be nobody up on that terrace, because I can't do that on the terrace. And thankfully, nobody was up there. And I was like, that cool. Yeah, God. Not gonna lie, I was awkward because what the helly do you expect me to go all like, boom, acting? No, I was so freaking nervous. I was like, but then I just did it, right? I just thought, like, you know what? Just do it. You're not going to see them anyways. So I did that. And then I go back home, blah, blah, blah. They fly back. And then for 2 to 3 days, I don't hear back. I don't hear anything back. And I'm like, I don't remember what I was doing, but I was home. And then the casting director from Nepal, he goes like, they want to talk to you. I'm like, talk to me. First of all, I did not even know what this show was about. Literally, when I was auditioning, I did not even know like who the hell am I talking to on script. So he goes, okay, they want to talk to you and blah blah blah. And then I get on Zoom, and then there's the director and the director writer. Come to find out, it's for Amazon Prime. But when I heard that the show was for Amazon Prime, I was like, go on. And then after that, I think it was 1, 2, 3, maybe callbacks, just us talking and everything. And we were working on my dialect. We were doing all of that, right? And then one day I just get like this message from the casting director, and he goes like, "Oh, you got it." On the phone, I was like, yeah, I bet. But once I hung up, I went downstairs. I was like, I am going to be on Amazon Prime. What happened after that? Oh, after that, they wanted me to come to Mumbai to do some test shoots. They wanted me to do fittings and stuff like that. And I was like, I seen stars do that. And then I was like feeling myself. And then I remember telling my family and everyone, I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta do some fittings. I gotta do like like look tests and stuff. And then I meet, who did I meet first? Bro, my memory is scattered like all over the place. Oh. I first met Anit. She played my best friend in the show. Her real name is Anit, but on the show her name is Ruhi. I met her first, and girl, we clicked. Not even kidding, because before I met her, I was kind of nervous because I thought like, oh my god, what if we just don't click? What if like she doesn't like me? What if I don't like her? I was literally nervous as hell. And then I met her. Girl, she crazy, and that's exactly what I wanted. And then I was like, oh my god, I could get used to you. Perfect. So that happened. Great. And when I had to meet the rest of the girls, I was still so nervous because it's all girls. I was so nervous because I get nervous around girls more than boys. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I care more about if a girl likes me or not rather than like a boy liking me or not. So before I had to meet all of them, I was like, "Oh my god, bet one of them is going to hate me." And then I meet them all, and to my surprise, I'm not making this up. When I met them, I was like, "Holy moly, macaroni, brother, trucker." First of all, my first thought in my head, I go for like the physical stuff first. I was like, oh my freaking god, they're all so beautiful. And that's when I was like, girl, serve, serve, serve. So I come back home for a couple of days. And after a couple of days, I had to go back to shoot, right? Let me just snack on this, yeah? Give me the permission, please, sir, ma'am. I fly to Mumbai to Coimbatore, car ride 2 hours to Uti. Oh, not so bad for a sucky memory. And yeah, we get to Uti. Oh, now we get to the process of it all. Girl, first of all, let me remind you again that I have never set foot on a set so big like that. We get to our hotel and they're telling us like, okay, this is your room and blah blah blah. Okay, blah blah blah. And everything happens, and I get to my room, and then I get a text message on the group chat, and then the message says like, this is the call sheet for the next day of the shoot, the first day of the shoot. And I'm like, what's a call sheet? Let me remind you again. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. And then I'm like, oh, the hell is a call sheet? And then I go through it because I'm not dumb. I can figure it out. And then I'm going through it and it says like, it's the first day of shoot is me. And then it's literally one of the last episode scenes where it's kind of like emotional and stuff. And I'm like, I'm doing that. I'm doing this on the first day. Literally gulping. I was so nervous. I was going through like my script and I was like, all alone. The first day of the shoot, I get there. When I got there, so many people, so many lights. There's a camera up above, there's a camera on the side, I can see something else. And then I'm like, what's happening over there? And they're like, that's unit B. I'm like, the hell is unit B? I don't think I had the time to digest like really what's going on, you know? Somebody comes with the script and they're like, oh, we're gonna do this and then everything's happening so fast, everything's happening. And I have no knowledge about any of this, right? And then I'm there, like, I'm ready, I'm ready. And then they go, sound rolling and da 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 da. And I'm like, brother trucker. I froze for a moment. I froze for a moment. And I'm like, I can't act. I cannot act. And then luckily the director was really, really sweet because he came up to me and he was like, okay, listen, JC. JC was my character's name. He goes, JC, listen, before this, you know the story, right? This happened to you. And now you gotta tell her that this isn't that. And now you know what you feel like. And he really put me on my place. And I was like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And then they started rolling, and I was like, okay, I think I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Now that on the first day of the shoot, I kind of understood, like, oh, so this is how things go. Okay. Mind you, my mind, like, literally, I have bad memory, but then in that moment, my mind just grasped everything so fast. I was like, they're gonna shout this, they're gonna shout this, they're gonna shout this. And then when they say that, that's when you gotta act. And I was like, okay, oh, okay, I got it. Now we move on to. I'm not gonna talk about like day one, day two, day three, because this is going to take forever. I'm just going to now talk about how this entire experience was so incredible. Of course, I had my bad days. Of course, I had my good days. The best part about this entire thing was meeting the girls. Not even joking. I have never been in a boarding school. I mean, I was in a school that had like the boarding system, but I only stayed for one night because I could not. I had to like tell my parents like I can't do this. I stayed for one night in a real boarding school. And then when I was doing the series, it was literally like boarding school because even on set we were in school, and then after that we would go back to our hotel, and then it was not one of those like I shoot, go back to hotel, eat, and I go to sleep. No. The most incredible part is after shoot, coming back to our hotel, we would all eat together. Together. Like even if one of the girls they were like a little bit late to the hotel, we would like wait for them. And I was like, oh my god, this actually is this what like boarding school feels like? Of course not. I mean, there are more like rules and obligations and everything, but then at the hotel, like even after eating, we would go to somebody's room, gather, spill some tea, go back to our rooms. Next day, shoot, gather, spill some tea, go back to our rooms. The craziest part is in person, when I saw these people, I was like, ain't no freaking way. Ain't no freaking, because they all look so perfect. Even the boys, they were gorgeous. Boys, girls, everybody, gorgeous as hell. Now we're gonna talk about the food. Very important for me. I'm not gonna lie, I love bland food, you know? And then on set, I'm not saying the food was bad, but I just could not digest it. And I would always get gas. There would be days that I would skip lunch on set. We would have the spot dadas. Oh my god, spot dadas. You know, when I first got there, I did not even know what the hell spot dadas meant. I was like, oh, what do they do? Like, what are they? And then they're like, you can ask them to bring you stuff. I'm like, bet whatever I want. Not whatever I want, but just, the essential stuff like water, coffee, like maybe like tiny little snacks and stuff. And girl, because going back to my topic, I told you that I skipped meals because I was getting gassy. I kept on asking for snacks. I was like,
I want biscuits. Hey, Spot Dada, I want biscuits. Bring me biscuits.
that's almost it about food. There's nothing much about food. That's it. That's that. My problem. Gassy. I was trying to get used to it. I was like, listen, Lhakyila, everybody got to struggle. Just remember about how like all those legendary people went through shit to get to where they are now. And I was like, I'm gonna be one of those legendary people. I'm gonna be one of those. And I was like, even when I was struggling, I was like, this is the part of the journey. But then this one time I got really sick because it was really cold. And that's when I was like, Mommy, can you come and pick me up? No, just kidding. I did not say that. I fought through. Even when I got sick, everybody was truly very caring and nice and made me feel at home. Y'all, that life be crazy. I lived it once. I'm gonna live it twice because I'm gonna be doing something soon again. I can't speak on it yet, but I will be doing something soon again. I'm super excited. Evil Eye. I started doing that because I noticed that every time there's something good happening in my life, something bad happens to me. Touch wood, mother hell, brother trucker. I either fall down, I break my leg, I get stitches on me every time. So I'm just trying to now protect this aura. I used to never believe in things like this, but then now I feel like I might just well have to. Wait, where were we on the story? No, the thing is, there's so many things that I want to talk about, but I just do not remember them in detail. And I do not remember them in order. If I did, this would have been like the best thing ever. But it's just me. This is what you're signing up for. I do not remember them in order. Now we move on to the promotions of it all. Oh, I want to talk about the last day of the shoot. The last day of the shoot was so overwhelming because there were so many people. There was like this huge cake, and we had to like cut it and then like cries, goodbyes, huggy, huggy. And after the shoot, we all come back home. And then we had to go back for promos. Now, listen, I myself, I watch a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies, and everything. And the first thing I do after I finish watching a TV show and like a movie is I go to YouTube and I look for like their interviews and like their promos and stuff. And when I heard that we're gonna do promos and stuff, I was like, oh my God, now this is gonna be fun. Because you don't have to be in character, you can be just yourself. I could not be myself. So then promo starts, right? In one day we have like multiple like interviews and stuff. And then mind you, everybody in the cast, they're all so outspoken and they're all so articulated. I feel like I am articulated only when I'm comfortable enough. But then over there, seeing the chaos and like the tight schedule and everything, I don't even know if I did a good job or not. And promos happened. It was all so fancy Nancy, like, you know, like you would go out and then there are like paparazzis and everything. I was like, ah, yeah. No, I did not do that because I was nervous. I was like literally hunched back and I was like, but in my head, I was like, so all that happened. It was 2 days of promos. One day was interviews. The next day was photo shoots. When I heard that we're gonna have photo shoots, I was like, for what? They're like magazines. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. What magazine? And they're like, no, it's cover shoots. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I've done that before. No, I haven't. And then they're like, we're doing the cover of Elle, Grazia, and this and that and this and that. And I was like, mm-hmm. But on the inside, I was like, because when it comes to photos, I'm awkward as hell. Like it's not like Instagram photos because when it's like Instagram photos, I'm like, okay, I'm giving my phone to my friend or my family or whatever, and they're taking a picture. I'm like, but when it comes to like professional photo shoots with the lights, with the camera, with everything, I start to quiver. My lips go like, but I think I did a good job because I tried to really like put myself in. I don't want to waste people's time. I don't even want to waste like each and every one of their time. And the girls, they were serving looks. They were serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything. Like when I was like quivering and everything, I just had to pull it all back inside. And I was like, then after that, we all hung out together. And then when we all hung out, it was so emotional. Like it did not have to be, but it just became. I feel like most of the time on set, I was not even being myself. But when I was with the girls, I was 100% myself. And that was so the balance was right there, you know? Or maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I literally sucked. Right after the magazine shoot, our director, she came up to us and she's like, do you guys want to see the trailer? When we're shooting, I'm not a big star to like, you know, once after shooting, I'm going up to them and I'm like, can I see it? Can you run it for me? No. Every time I shot, I never once said anything. I was like, oh, I'm done. Cool. I never saw myself on screen, you know? And then when she said, do you guys want to see the trailer? I was like, okay, Lhakyila, you're either going to look crazy and hella ugly, or you're gonna be bomb as hell and you're gonna be good, or you can just be mid. And then she hits play for us to see. And I'm watching it, and the most beautiful feeling just rushed through, you know? It was like as if all of my insecurities left my body. I was just watching this beautiful experience with beautiful people. I was not even looking at me. I was in tears because that was the first time ever that I thought all of this hard work paid off because this is the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen when I watched the trailer. And then, like, I think it was like towards the end or somewhere, there was like a small clip of me yelling at my like best friend on screen. And then I saw that and I was like, girl, 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 girl. Oh, I think you did good. I think you did good. Not me praising myself. I was just not really proud of like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. Oh, I did that. Not like that. But I was so proud of myself because the way I took it all in was all gratitude, not like in a boastful way, but it was all just me being so thankful that, like, oh my God, I am so happy that I did this. Because, oh my, I don't even talk about it. It was just majestic. I was crying. Girl, what the hell are you? Why are you crying? It's so embarrassing. My family, they were so excited to watch it, right? So then I had to wait for my mom and dad to watch it together. And then I kept calling him out. I'm like, don't watch it yet. Please don't watch it yet. And then we're together. And it was like nighttime. We started watching it like around 7 or 8. I don't remember. But it was like nighttime. We started watching. And then my mom cried. My dad was emotional. He doesn't really cry that much. But then I could see it in his eyes. Like, I'm like, boy, you want to cry right now. He was emotional, right? And then after episode 1, I'm like, okay, let's watch it tomorrow now. The next episode. They're like, no, 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 play it, play it, play it. We watched the entire series in one night. Not gonna lie, my dad was like dozing off like in the middle somewhere because this is about girls' high school, you know? To go through this entire process and then sit with your mom and dad and watch the show together. And then even when my name popped up on the screen now, I was like, yay! And then they were like, yay! Okay. I think that's it. Did y'all finish your snacks? I still have a lot more. You know what? If I did this series like breaking down each and every like moment that I went through, it would be so beautiful because I have things to say about each and everyone in the cast. Oh my God. I have like 1,000 of things to say about each and every one of them. Oh, do you know the funniest thing? Can I say something? Right before I got the show, I found a 4 clover leaf, right? And then I get the show. And when I'm doing the show, like we were in the midst of shooting, right? But I was on a break or something. I don't remember. But I was in my vanity van and then I just stepped out for some air and then we were sitting on this grass. I was with Dalai and like I don't know. I don't remember so much, but I was with a bunch of people and I found another 4 clover leaf. Isn't that strange? I think that's strange. But I can't find them anymore now. Okay, now that was just unnecessary info, but I just thought you might as well, want to know. Because I thought that was strange in a nice way. Is that it? I really thought I had so much to say. Yeah. But that's that. And thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for listening to Podcast and Sodcast. So glad I started this. Feels like I'm talking to a friend. And yeah. Ciao, adios, baby. Love you. I feel like I have so much more sass today just because I did my eyelashes today. And today, since I have them, I feel like I have more sass. I feel the energy today. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.